My name is Brian Glick. Today we're looking at the leg drag, no gi. So the reason that this is such an important technique is not just because a leg drag is very effective, but because it employs a very specific principle, which is that of action-reaction. And a lot of times when we try to pass the guard or we try to get a submission going, we focus only on what we're doing as the proactive attacker and not as much on what our partner is doing. At higher levels, the reactions that your partner gives to you are the things that actually allow you to advance or move forward. So when we're doing a leg drag no gi, we're going to use our same with the gi actually, but we're going to use our partner's response in order to be able to get some timing and space in order to clear the leg, okay? Most of the time, when people think about the leg drag, what they know about it is they take a grip on their partner's leg, they drag the leg using some measure of force and power into a position where the leg is across their center line. Then from here, they can begin to pass and move the leg out of the way, advance their position. People who are very good at the leg drag, they don't use force to clear the leg out of the way as if they were, like actually kind of pulling the leg past with their upper body and their legs. It's much more a sense of action and reaction, which is why timing becomes important. When we're working no gi, you can see this very, very clearly. So we're going to begin in a low position, and we're going to advance by putting a knee inside. So this is common. You know, we're here, we're getting ready to pass, and we're either on both feet, or sometimes we're on one knee here. For the drag that we're going to do, you're going to want to be up in this low squat position. We're going to take our hand here, and we're going to place it on our partner's hip. This is going to be to monitor their hip and keep that hip down. We're also going to use this elbow to direct our partner's leg, because if our partner's leg works without any sort of check on it, a lot of times you get problems like your partner framing away from you, or you get shin guards, or their knee up by your shoulder. So we use our elbow here in the inside position to kind of monitor our partner's thigh. So you have your hand on the hip, you have your elbow on the inside. Now you'll notice he has his foot here right across my hip. This is a very good thing for him because it allows him to regulate distance. If I go to advance from here, I'm running directly into his foot, and he can use that to push me back. From here he can start to sit up, take inside position, and then we end up in all sorts of problems. So we advance on our partner with a knee up, an elbow on the inside, and we're going to take our grip here on our partner's ankle. When you grip here, very specific, your partner's foot is glued to your hip, so it's going to be really hard to move this foot off. It doesn't make any sense for you to be gripping your partner's toes here. Instead, you're going to take a grip, a C grip, on your partner's ankle here, okay? Now, we talked about action-reaction. So action-reaction, this is where that comes into play. We're going to put a lot of pressure forward on our partner, driving this heel in towards their butt. So essentially what we're doing is we're using the weight of our hips and our upper body to push this heel in close towards their butt. When we do that, your partner is almost universally going to react by pushing you away. They don't like that. If they don't react at all and they allow you to push, well then from here it is very easy to drag and start to cut the corner. You'll pass right away. But most of the times you'll get this reaction. So as you begin to push, you get your partner reacting here. This is when we use this grip, we're going to clear our partner's leg by straightening our body and simply passing our partner's leg through the hole that's created when we extend our legs and move our hips back here. You're not trying to throw the leg all the way by. You're trying to get your partner's knee to a place where you can insert your own knee in the middle. And now from here, we have the beginnings of the leg drag. Now, we don't control our partner's knee. We're just controlling the lower part of the leg. So we're going to have to use the rest of our body to rotate our partner's knee and get the pass going. So we're in a low position, 1, 2. We feel this pressure. We're going to push our partner's heel in. When we feel the resistance, we're going to straighten our legs and clear. Now from here, we're going to drop our knee in place. We're going to use our outside hand to guide our partner's knee across. At the same time, we're going to drop our knee to the inside position. So just rotate here. When we drop our knee, we want our knee tipped in here against our partner's hip so that we're in this strong flank position. Once you're here, you can begin the action of turning to cut the corner. Now, don't be in a rush. If you jump from this position, here to the cross side, you're going to find that your partner is simply going to replace their guard. Go ahead. Good. And you're back to where you started. From the flank position, instead, as your partner goes to frame, we're simply walking our partner's knees forward so that we can cut the corner and stay low by their hip. Staying low by their hip means that you're controlling the lower legs, you're preventing this knee from easily turning to the inside. As your partner goes to frame now, you can begin to switch and climb your way up to gain head control and solidify the pin. So, number one, you're in a low position here, hand on the inside of the hip, elbow resting against your partner's quad or inner thigh. Second hand here, it forms a grip on your partner's ankle. Remember, his foot contoured to your hip, so you've got your grip here, you're beginning to drive. We're going to put a little bit of power behind our push into our partner's foot. That's to put their heel towards their hip. As you get that reaction, they push away, you're going to clear and straighten. Notice how we bring our hips up and away so that we can pass our partner's leg through. Now, our knee advances into the flank position. This is not good enough, so we've got to use our legs and our body, lower body, to drive our partner's knees together, putting our knee down here right in the pocket of our partner's hip. We've done the first part, but from here, your partner still has the ability to frame. So we're going to tilt our hips, and we're going to keep our hips forward, making sure that our partner's knees are facing away from us. Now that we're here, we can sit through facing our partner's legs, control our partner's head, lock our hands, and move up to the top position. So we'll go one more time a little quicker. So advancing on a partner here, 1, 2. We push, pull, clear. Now there it is. Driving the knee across, controlling, turning the hips, walking around the corner, and we're here in the good top position. So this action reaction is super important when you're trying to pass the guard. It's also very useful if you're working with someone who's a lot bigger, because sometimes bigger people, it can seem like the goal is to simply battle strength for strength. But if you can use the principle of action-reaction, it's a lot like Kazushi. It sets up attacks, positions, sweeps, so that you can get to what you want, where you're going, a little bit more easily. Okay? Hopefully this leg drag was helpful for you. You enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please let us know. See you soon.